Dude, this goes on. I'm actually probably going to be talking for like more than 8 hours, to be honest. And so that happens. Now, this leads into the other episode where, like, I sense something is wrong. Like, my mom has been wrong. You know what I mean? That was from the very beginning, I had that feeling, you know? But it's like, there's nothing I can do about it. But I want to, of course, I want to. And I go and I, like, try to find the person who's tailing me. And you could imagine, like, that would be how this works, is like I have a stalker shadow type tail on me, right? That's like somehow insurgenced into the thing. And I found them, I think. And I found out where they lived. And I forgot exactly how it worked, but I remember seeing their dot on Google Maps, like, moving. Like, it was like, and that's another thing, like, they're in the virtual, they live in the virtual realm. It's not like it's the virtual realm, like, they're living there. And so it was almost like I caught his ass, you know what I mean? Like, and he was driving the same, or she, I don't know. They were driving the same Mercedes, the same EV Mercedes, but it was the opposite color. And so I made sure to take a note of where they stopped, and like it felt like I like found their house or something. I don't know. And yeah, keep in mind, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm being like I'm really just like going crazy and like going off of instinct. Like, oh, you hurt my mom? Like, he's tracking us? And they're literally like telling me like all this shit, like subliminally, you know? You could feel it, like telling me subliminally. They told me one day, they're like, the whole house fell on us. You know what I mean? That was like at the start of this. My mom was like, the whole house fell outside. I'm like, yeah, it feels that way. And then, gee, what else? It reminds me of like, I'm like, look, so at this point, this is very important. I'm looking for our enemies. And it was like the Falafel King or the Gyro King or something. And I remember like, I didn't do this out of disrespect. Like, I peed on the outside of the restaurant because I had to pee. But I did go into the restaurant with this idea that there was like, we had a fucking problem. You know what I mean? But I don't know even if we did. I don't even think we did. I'm like, and the way I'm doing this is it's like a very specific way. Like, I'm checking to see like if we have it, and I have to do it in like a certain way, like interrogate them, you know, like ask them questions. And I understand that if you interrogate somebody, you basically, asking a question shuts your fucking brain down. That's pretty important. I think that was a mistake, though. I think I pissed out, like, and I don't know where the fuck I'm at. You know what I mean? It's like that was like the Arab shop. You know what I mean? Like in New Jersey, and I just like pissed on the outside, which I didn't do that out of disrespect. I was like, I actually just had to piss, and there's nowhere to piss out there. And Like, for example, I went to this place. It was, I forgot what shop it was. There was this really tall, like, 16-year-old, like 18-year-old or something. I think he was, it was like a little sandwich shop. You can't miss it. And he was, I think of Muslim heritage, Islamic heritage, maybe. Obviously, to me, it doesn't matter. You know, I don't. But you know, you have to be like just looking and like that's the. I'm trying to deduct what's going on. But for example, like we had a great conversation. Like I just pulled up. I'm like, dude, like wow, you're 16. Like wow, it's incredible. I even gave him some advice. You know, like try like slowed and reverb music. You know, while you're working out. And like I didn't have much advice to give him. You know, I was just happy to talk to him and everything. We had a great conversation and everything. Just got a sandwich. And, dude was big though for 16. You know what I'm saying? Some big dudes out there. And but that's special. I mean, being a 16-year-old like that big and everything. I almost like I've after all my years, you know, I was like very careful on what to say to him. You know what I mean? Like very careful to what to put him onto, because I could put him onto anything. You know, I'm on all types of technologies, but that one was legit. You know what I mean? Like try some slowed and reverb music. You know what I mean? It's cool as fuck. There was a really weird part with like Justin Bieber, and Justin Bieber is a Canadian. I didn't know this at the time, and like they were like, I had the song on, like one of his songs on, and it was like, you know, they're like they tap in. I didn't understand this at the time, but they like tap into your brain, you know. But I could kind of understand it. I'm trying to relate, you know what I mean? Like I'm like, you're not my enemy, bro. Like what the fuck? But I think they had a problem or something. I'm not totally sure. They were, but there's it's complicated because like you're in their you're in their home, right? And their home is very territorial, and it's based like, you know how like when you like I had a problem, for example, lying. You know, like I had lies. They, you know, they have lies, for example, that they're covering up. You know, they don't want to still talk about it. It was just totally understandable. I couldn't tell you what exactly everybody's thinking, you know. But you know, I'm like relating with him, and it's like, you know, they would say turn right, and I would like, you know, I was like already turning right, but I wouldn't fight it, you know. I wasn't fighting it. I'm like, what's up, dude? Like this is cool as fuck. But yeah, I made sure that people knew, like, if you want a problem, especially after what happened, like if you want a problem with me, you're gonna get it. You know what I mean? And so like I remember being in like the very memorable is like the Chinese part of town. I perceived it as like where they worship like the Chinese, like their god basically. You can see by the streets and their buildings that like this is like obviously their god lives up in that building. And so I went through there. That was like blatantly obvious, and I had this connection that it was like an Asian connection there. This is at the same time with the Justin Bieber song is going on, and then I get to the post office. Holy fuck! That brings up another thing. I get to the post office though. You can't miss it. It's like right before New York, and like when you pull off, it's this little place called I'm forgetting. You before you go into New York, you turn off and there's like Parker Tower right there. And I can't believe I forgot what the fuck it was called. It was like my favorite place to go though, and it's obviously everybody else's too, you know what I mean? I would go down to there was like a Home Depot No, that was somewhere else. No, you would turn left and there was a dispensary. Ascend was there. And then, like, Taco Bell, I think, or KFC. There was a point where, like, I, like, wasn't allowed into stores, too. This is, like, real shit. Like, this happened. Like, it was, like, really weird. That happened in Ohio. They stopped serving me, like, fast food. Like, literally stopped serving me fast food. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Dude.